Hello to everyone this evening. Um, it's been a while since I've done a live show. Alright, so I'd like to say my name is Mark. I'm 41. I live in Morecambe, and I'm here to talk about my autism. Before the age of 7, um, when I was 3 to 4, I I didn't have um, I had my mum thought that I had autistic tendencies. What it was that from the age of 3, I went to nursery, and from the age of 3 to 4, I was distracted, I was misbehaved, and I didn't have that many friends at all, and I had no sense of danger. So basically, that's from 3 to 4 years old, and then and so as going past right, I didn't learn how to write until I was 7. So, and unfortunately, because I was a late learner, I had a lot of help from from my parents and that, and my mum and that. But unfortunately, when I came to live in Morecambe at the age of 6 or 7, I think it was between 5 and 7, right? When I lived in Morecambe, um, I had help. So first, I went to a school called Western Primary School in Morecambe. I was there right at the age of 6 years old, and I still had difficulty of making friends. So I didn't make friends until I was about 14 years old. So because what it was, because I was different, because I used to get bullied a lot by teenagers who were far older than I was, and and basically that upset me, right, because I was different. Every day when I was young, I went home, and my mum always said that they were jealous because I was different to them. Because so from the age of 6 or 7, I went to a place called Red Rock House. It was just a house, right? But I don't know how long I was there for. I think around 6 months or so. I'm not too sure. So I was there, and I was there to find out what education I think I was at. I think it was, but it's a long time ago. So I was there for a good while, and then when I finished being from, I went to another school called Morecambe Road from the age of 14. So basically, I went to uh, regular cast right, but every now and again, right? So and then he came back. So basically, but every now and again, I used to. So from the age of 6 or 7 years old, from the age of 7, I went to Morecambe Road, but I was there until I was 14. Now, tell you right, the school I went at, I was there from the age of 14 to the age of 19 when I left in 2000. And I tell you, right, the school I was at, right, it was originally owned by Bernardo's, and with the help from the school I was at, um, I like to say it was the best school I ever been to. I had a lot of help from key workers and my mum, but the thing is also is that when I was saying going back to when I had autism, I still had learning difficulties, and so from then, like example, like I had help from me because when I was younger, I had no sense of danger. You see, but when I went to Spring Hill School, I had a lot of help because I tried 25 quickly. So with the help from the school I was at in Ripon, um, my key workers taught me about road safety, which is one. Because when I was younger, I never know about road safety at all because of my autism. See, and so So from then on, I had to learn road safety. I don't know how, quite often really to, but the school I was at, Spring Hill, as I mentioned, it was quite strict. For example, you couldn't go out on your own unless you were with the key worker. If you went to a place like once a week, went to a youth club in Ripon as well, which I enjoy very much. And throughout I was at school for 5 years, so I learned a lot. Like I had work experience, right, where I did horticulture and that, and luckily, right, and also that I even like a lot of children, right, when they're young, I usually get taught by the parents to ride a bike. But for me, right, I was a late learner. I actually tried to teach myself to ride a bike. But luckily, now I can ride one. I learnt myself from the age of 17 years old. So, uh, even when I was younger, it was hard for me because I was making friends still. Even though I was bullied on as well. Like going back to what I was saying about Morecambe Road, I didn't have many friends there. I was getting picked on all the time, right? And because I was different, people taking the mick up my name, right? And like, well, when I say my name, but this, which I want to say, it was upsetting, and I think that bullying right shouldn't be allowed. In schools. So, and from the age of 19, I still have. And what was also is when I wanted to learn to drive a car, my um, GP right said to me, was out in good detail, but I found out that I had Asperger's as well. And Asperger is on the spectrum, or we call it right. I don't know the full name of it, what it's called, right? But it's on the spectrum, which is like you have different levels of autism. Like Asperger's, right, is for people who are very clever, like myself, like who can do things, and and I, and also you have your people who are severe autistic who have more care and nurturing and so on. And I am so for me, right, personally, I am mild. I've got mild um, autism really. So with Asperger's, I know there's a lot of people who have Asperger's in this country and across the whole world as well. So that's all I can say really. But even though when I was a child, from now, since then, right, um, it's made a whole lot of difference. I'm proud of the way I am, how it turned out. Like when I went to college, right, in Greensbury for 3 years, even though that was residential as well, like a boys' college, right? But even though I learned from the college called Willesby, where I had to learn how to like shop. I prepare myself when I left, and with their help, right, it's made me the man I am now today, and I'm proud of it, right? So, um, to those people who have Asperger's, um, be proud of yourself that you have, right? Don't people put you down, right, because you're different. Because to me, right, as I learned, right, from watching things on Facebook and that even though you have a, a disability, right, you may do things, but it's still, ability that you are able to do. Because and be proud of your ability, right? Don't let it down, right? Because I had it before when people said to me, "Oh, Mark, you never make friends," but they were wrong, and I had many friends. Like right now, like every once a week or so, I have a friend that I kept in contact with called Graham Wright, and and I'm very proud right now that and that how because he knows what I was like when I was young, when I was in my teens, right when I was at Spring Hill. So that's it really. But in the end, I'd like to mention that from when I was from the age of 19 and so on, and I left, I still have those different, but I managed to cope by finding like hobbies to do and that. So so if you have a question to ask, you are welcome to answer a question. Leave a comment as well and subscribe to my channel. Um, and I'll say good night and I'll see you all later.